Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Pentiment, where we have talked to, I feel like, about half of everybody in town. And so today we're just doing the other half.
Yeah.
We got to get to know where Magdalene stands with everyone. We got to get to know the new politics, the new gossip. Bit by bit by bit. Did we talk to Gret already? I feel like we did, right?
I mean, we did before the time jump.
You keep calling it a time jump. We just
I'm sorry.
jumped 18 years. It was like
Okay,
a
I'm
time. It was
sorry.
like a time. It was like a time particularly large. It was like a step over a puddle.
No, yeah, okay. The time puddle, the between Dad getting clunked on the head and between All My Brains and like now, there was a period of time, some number of weeks where we waited for the mail to come in. We talked to her before then, but not after.
Okay, Magdalene, darling. Good morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. Ooh, raisin bread.
Raisin bread sounds good.
I thought that Andreas and Ulrich could use a treat today. Look at him. Okay, I have a question about this creature on the right.
Okay.
It has the means to wield an axe, but no obvious sensory organs. I worry.
Or or is that its mouth?
The axe?
The hand. Maybe the hand is a mouth. Maybe it's a
Okay,
hand
no,
mouth.
you know how you can tell it's not its mouth? Because you just described it as the hand.
Okay, but sometimes people have like mouths or eyes in their hands in works of fiction, which most bestiaries I think would fall under that category.
You're talking about like the Corinthian here.
Yeah, maybe. Have I told you about pelicans?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Go ahead. Tell me about pelicans.
In medieval bestiaries, because they didn't know how pelicans worked, so they just assumed that when there were baby pelicans, that the mother pelican stabbed itself to death with its beak and then used its blood to feed its young, which was taken as a symbol of Christ. None of that was true. They just kind of assumed it was and
No,
wrote
why
it
would?
down and passed it along for generations.
But
Yes.
no, I mean I don't have any questions for you. These questions really are best directed to those people. So I guess we'll just move on. Anyway, raisin bread.
Maybe they thought birds just had hands for heads that carried axes.
Click. um I want to do the thing that shows that we have interest and knowledge in her field of expertise here.
Yeah.
You really must teach me how you get such a consistent proof on your doughs. Is this what was wrong with that dough I made? Did I not get a proof on it?
Sweetheart, there's so many things wrong with it. Wait, are you talking about the one we made on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. I made
Yeah, no, there's so many problems.
I tried to make bread. It didn't. I was trying to make a very fancy meal for Valentine's dinner, and it involved making a bread as part of a larger, more complicated dish. And I'd never done that before. And it turns out it's hard. It turns out there are many steps, and you have to get them all right.
I mean, I think the first proof was okay, because the first proof had definitely doubled in size. I think subsequent proofs got less.
Wait, is that what a proof is when it grows?
A proof is when you put it in the bowl and cover it and leave it to rise. Yeah, that's a proof.
Okay. Yeah, we totally got one right.
We got one right out of like the 7 proofs.
Yeah, and
then they were required.
Then there were some other parts. And in the end, it was basically like a piece of driftwood. Anyway. Are you accounting for the weather? Oh, I didn't account for the weather at all. Dough has a hot and wet nature, so you must temper its nature with the season. Is she on some like 4 humors of bread shit here? Do I need to be careful if my bread is too phlegmatic?
No, I think this is actually. So I've actually watched a lot of videos about traditional cooking and bread making in places where they did not have, air conditioning
Sure.
or
Okay.
the kind of heating that we have, and those kind of seasonal things absolutely mattered. You know.
Also, you have to be very careful about your bread's yellow bile content. Depending on the season, the dough will dry out faster and need more milk. In the spring, you'll need more flour to offset the wetness. I've let my raisin bread proof a little longer today, since it's so cold. It'll do well to warm them up. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. I wish he could see his grandchildren. I did always think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who killed your husband.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Maybe this is a nicer way to... Boy, it's a weird way to say it, too.
I feel the middle one's less weird than the third.
Okay, fair. You're right. I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. And I'm not clicking, but y'all know who Paul is.
Yeah.
Paul's good people. It seems like.
Yeah.
It's good to see Elsa so social now, too. She's come out of her shell. Are we taking a moment to trash? She already kind of expressed that she thinks Leonard sucks, so maybe this is a good a bonding thing.
Yeah.
Just trash talk Leonard together, really. And, I think not having to live with Leonard helps. Well, though I wouldn't phrase it as such, I agree with you. She's twice the woman she was with him.
That's lovely.
That guy was an entire -1 woman. Crazy. The Lord provides miracles to us all, even if they are birthed from tragedy.
I mean, that guy was like...
No, he sucked hugely. I'm not arguing.
he was like the concentration of like patriarchy and what it does to the women who have to live under it.
Yeah. And it's worth noting that he didn't seem happy about any of it. It wasn't really helping him either.
No.
I've been chatting too long. My doughs need tending. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Of course, Gret. Until later. There we go. We got some good gossip in. Trash talking a dead man. Always worthwhile. Hey, it's Croft. Croft has nothing of value to say. Like always. Let's stop in the Steinauer house here. Good morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still, Kraft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about that boy sometimes. He works the stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. I feel like this is a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, masonry's a good trade. Everyone needs a stonemason now and then to repair things. That they do. Lucky always harped on about how being honest and trustworthy is the most valuable currency. How in this life, hard work and reputation matter the most. Croft has taken that to heart, I think. He does a lot of good for the town. I've offered to find an apprenticeship for him, but he won't make his damn mind up. He deserves a chance at the life he wants. He's lived in his father's shadow for too long. Well, he's a good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done my best for my household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Oh, well. You didn't come here to hear me ramble on about my family. On the contrary, literally the only reason I showed up. What can I do for you? Well, I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Apparently. Are Werner's not enough? I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. There's a lot of opportunity for Magdalene to express this idea that Dr. Stoltz is bad at his job. And it's not clear to me whether we actually think that or whether it's basically just her like being dissatisfied with the outcome in a way that's totally not his fault.
I like the first and the third one, personally.
All right. Let's appeal to, I think we can appeal to something here. I thought some more traditional aids might make a difference. Yes. I don't trust everything that Werner suggests myself. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I pray it provides some small help. Thank you, Agnes. Of course, Magdalene. Take care. Okay, so I guess she'll work on that. Yeah, I kind of wanted to appeal to her sense that she knows things that Werner doesn't. Okay, I think we're actually clear on this screen. So let's head up north. It's Carl, old spoon in the hat Carl. Okay, this text is all the same. We're going in the rat house last.
Okay.
Is anybody home in the Stoltz household? Nope. Gosh, the town has a lot of wall chairs. It's positively infested with wall chairs. This is what happens when you don't have a good exterminator. One house in town gets them, and then they just spread like wildfire.
No comment.
No, nothing? You don't want to engage with that bit at all?
I mean, I can't add anything to it other than like being pedantic about it, and that's no fun.
I thought it was good. I thought it was fun.
It was very good.
Apparently I'm the only one. I didn't hear any laughter.
That's because Discord cuts out my laughter. Is the problem? My laughter is too joyous for Discord.
You have the joyousness filter turned on?
Clearly.
Yes, that must be why on all of my calls, I never hear anybody laughing at the things that I say. It's just that damn joyousness filter.
I am frequently laughing at the things that you say because you are a delight.
I will say I'm a little bummed out that we don't have, we no longer have the relationship that Andreas had built up with, her name is escaping me now.
Yeah. The lady who lived in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, the lady in the room. The woman of the structure. Oh, God bless you, Magdalene. And you, Father Thomas? You look troubled. What's the matter? I seem to have lost the key to the tabernacle. Without it, we'd have to go without the Eucharist on Sunday. Oh. Well, can't you borrow some from the poor Clares? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to select that option. Here we go. What? Oh, no. I consecrate the host for them as well. I usually take it to them before we begin Mass in town. Without the Blessed Sacrament, we cannot truly celebrate Mass. And without Mass, everyone in Tassing risks their salvation. This religion. Okay. All right. Uh, it's weird to just repeat the situation back to him. So I guess I want to say, oh no, even though I don't know that Magdalene particularly cares about this. Oh no. Yes. So you see, the consequences are incredibly dire. I must find that key. Well, I'll keep an eye out for it, Father. Thank you, Magdalene. Please, let me know if you have any ideas as to where it might be. God bless you.
Ooh.
I wonder if Sister Amelie has seen the tabernacle key anywhere. Is it tabernacle? Do you know?
It's tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
It's tabernacle. Yeah.
That was a total guess. I've never heard anyone else say that word out loud, I don't think. I should talk with her. She did come to the window at exactly this moment for a reason,
Yeah.
I assume. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Amelie. What brings you to the church this time of day? Lighting another votive candle for your father? Votive candles, of course, are small candles lit during prayer in churches, symbolizing a specific offering or request on behalf of the prayer giver. This frog cannot believe that definition. He's blown away. He's like, I thought it was like the Glade plugins things. Some of that laugh came through. I believe you
Okay,
laughed
good.
that time. I was hoping to speak with you, sister. Have you seen Father Thomas's tabernacle key anywhere? He's misplaced it. I'm afraid I have not. Everything in the church has been as it should be. Though I did hear the 2 Gertner children come in last evening. I did not rise, but I heard their whispering for a moment. They left as suddenly as they came. Huh. Why didn't you say anything? Well, I didn't think anything of it. Many people come into the church throughout the week. This is a sacred space, and the people of Tassing respect it as such. They respect my privacy in this place, and I respect theirs. So then why tell me this now? Because while I do not make a habit of meddling, I know those 2 do. And because you said that Father Thomas had lost his key. Their intentions last night may have been pure. If not, however, it would be Christian to remind them that theft is against the Lord's commandments. Yeah. I don't think I should just tell Father Thomas they took the key. That feels... I might go have a chat with them. I advise that you do what you feel is right in your heart. Thank you, sister. That's great advice. Really helpful. Okay, let's maybe go see about
Yeah.
them Gertner children.
If those Gertner children, if those are those Apollo and Artemis, or am I thinking of 2 different children? Because I know they were gonna be.
Yeah, they weren't home, right? They weren't out.
I believe we have said they're probably in the woods.
That's right. That's right. We did hear that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the mill real quick.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think there's gonna be any forward moving plot at the mill, but we should check in with people, and then yeah, we'll go and see about
Okay.
go and see about them Gertners. Paul, what's going on? Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Oh, right, he'd have an interest, right? Well, I think I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing and the Romans. Well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. What sort of mural are you creating, Magdalene? I believe Klaus was planning on a fresco. Okay, here's a problem. Is this real? Are these real?
I don't know much about painting at all, but I would assume. let's go with the first one. It sounds more technical.
She seems to know what she's talking about. I'm going to trust Magdalene here. Well, I'll start with the intonatio and then paint the fresco over it so that I have a clear consistency. Ah, I see. Do you have enough plaster? The rat house wall is so large, I was worried it wouldn't stay wet for long. Since when did the town miller know so much about art? It's been an interest of mine since childhood. My father disapproved. After my mother and I left Tassing, we stayed with her family for a few months before we heard what happened. Your father's friend, Andreas, he encouraged me to draw. While we were away, I studied in my uncle's library. I've collected books about various art styles since we returned. I kind of want to like press into his interest, right? This isn't like rude, right?
I don't think so.
All right. I had no idea, Paul. Why didn't you want to paint the mural yourself? I'm not nearly as snilled. Every once in a while, I see one of the words with the typo in it. It's just, there's something about the morphology of it or something that is so funny to me. So, somebody telling you that they're just not snilled about something. It's very funny to me, and I don't know why. I'm not nearly as skilled as you or your father. I know I had my doubts about you taking on the project, Magdalene, but you're the most skilled artist in Tassing. After your father, of course.
You got it right the first time, buddy.
Oh, well, anyway. I'm glad the mural's going well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? It sounds like there's something stressful going on. Is this all just the hinge thing? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we'd anticipated. It's just like mean for no reason. We're going to deploy the quills carefully, strategically.
Okay.
Oh,
I like that third one actually. Like it's still mean, but it doesn't have the quills on it.
Yeah. Do we?
Do we want to encourage?
I want to do the second one. I'd like get
the
idea across to him, but without being weirdly mean to him for no reason.
Okay,
I think we like Paul, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I can understand the utility of the proposition, but it might feel like a nuisance. Yeah, precisely. That's the issue we've run into. This would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. But without instituting it for the whole town, we can't enforce the proposition. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. Really? You can't just like have it be an opt-in? It feels to me like this would be no problem. Just leave a book somewhere, make a mark if you want your house to be on the thing, and whatever. Dog. Okay, don't worry. We're gonna pay attention to the dog.
Okay.
I'd better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Okay, hold on. We're gonna talk to this kid, but first we're gonna talk to the dog. Hello, pup. Oh. Good dog noises. What a sweetie. Alright, what's going on, little Andreas? Magdalene. Yep, close enough. Good job. You get there. It's a lot of syllables.
Oh my gosh. The hat?
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
That's our hat.
Magdalene, can I help you with something? Elsa's looking rough. Well, I came to see how you're doing, actually. Well enough. Even if I don't know why you care. Well, because Paul is my friend, as are you. Dear Paul, he's grown into a good man. I almost failed him, just like I failed my poor dad, Leonard. Uh, boy.
Um,
Listen, I hate Leonard as much as anybody. I do feel like maybe stepping on him to this woman in this moment is just
bad
like,
idea.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
no.
like cruel. Um,
Do you want to just let her talk? Let her get it out?
yeah, I think we don't need to step in here. Why did he die when so many lived? I'm just dead weight for Paul and Anna. I never should have escaped the mill.
Oh, hon.
Oh, no, what are you saying? Yeah, what are you saying? What kind of a life is this? A sad and tired shell of a woman.
This is really interesting because we had heard from Gret about how Elsa had come out of her shell and was.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not exactly the same. It doesn't really match the description.
I
Forever
think I think
alone.
that I think that's interesting though.
Yeah,
You
well, I mean,
know.
like she's specifically she's characterizing herself as a burden to others here, which is not like totally inconsistent.
Yeah.
Just like she's having a dreary moment, you know.
Yeah.
This happens.
Yeah. I like that nuance, that complexity.
Yeah. Forever alone, carrying the weight of death. Leave me be, please. No. Okay, she won't let me interact with her anymore. Anna. Ulrich. Ulrich has nothing to say about my hat.
I I really like how it's been patched up too. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm like a little teary eyed seeing the hat. It's so ridiculous, but like the hat. Look, I have strong hat feels. You know this, but
I do. I do. Famously, your hat collection is vast and impressive.
I wouldn't say vast.
Well, I did, so there.
I have only like 30 hats. That's not even a collection practically.
Amabel, do you know how many hats the average person has?
30?
0. I don't think most people have a hat. I didn't have a hat until quite recently. It is a lot. It's a lot of hats, okay? Just trust me. Let's go down to the mill. Or not the mill, the meadow. The ruins. Oh, actually, we can't even access the ruins. Wouldn't the way down to the ruins would have been on this screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're done with them. Well and truly. This old statue of St. Moritz has seen better days.
I still want to find the head of St. Moritz.
Yeah, there's definitely still some questions about that, huh?
Yeah.
Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Yeah,
Oh,
we never figured out what it was that Otto thought he had that he didn't tell people about. That actually is really interesting. I can smell anise on the breeze. It reminds me of when I was little.
Oh, are we going to the monastery?
I was
The
going to go back
ruins?
to the forest, but yeah, you know what?
Well, let's go to the forest first because we're.
No, let's do this first, because if we go to the forest, I think we're going to maybe advance things. All right, yeah, there's been some overgrowth. Some things are perhaps not being tended to.
I like that pan up to the squirrel. That was very good.
I don't think it was specifically the squirrel that was getting panned up to, but do you okay. Do you think what is our like overall objective here? Sorry, this is not where I want to be. This at the moment. We're still just trying to like put together stories and stuff. I'm trying to think about what I think is going to move time forward because I don't want to accidentally do it. Not when we still have things to do, people to see.
Yeah.
I don't think looking
I mean,
around here is going to be.
I don't think it's going to. And the game does a pretty good job of telling us when something's going to take time.
Well, sometimes. Sometimes we have a conversation and it's just like, oops, that was the end of that.
Yeah, we just cannot fully go in there at all. You go
Hey,
into the
Martha.
shrine and talk to Martha.
Oh, hello, Magda. You wouldn't happen to be going to the convent? Uh, why do you ask? Are you thinking to join the Poor Clares? Maybe. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Why on earth would you want to do that? Be honest. What do I have to look forward to? With Dad's injury and me unwed at 25, older than all the boys in town. If they don't see me as a sister, they see me as a mom. And when Dad dies, not anytime soon, God willing, I won't be able to claim the farm. I'll lose my home. With Anton gone, there's no one to take it over. Okay, this is unfair, but this is not like a helpful thing to say to her in this moment. This is not a problem solver. Listen, I understand times are tough. Are you sure? But are you sure that would really make you happy? It would bring me closer to the Lord. Shouldn't we all want that? Why not withdraw from the trials of the world? You know as well as I, it's not safe out here. Okay. This is, jeez. This got like heavy and serious quickly. And I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
talk this poor woman out of maybe making a mistake, like a lifetime sort of mistake.
Yeah.
Um, do we harangue her about not being ambitious enough? I suppose you should follow your heart. It's like it's offered in a pretty weak way, but if she actually like takes it seriously, it probably leads to whatever turns out to be right for her, whether that's joining the Poor
Yeah.
Clares or not. Is that I don't know.
Yeah.
Or do we just suggest to her that it's not really a sanctuary in dangerous times? I think I'm gonna say this bottom one.
Okay.
I don't know. I honestly don't love any of these.
No, I don't either.
Well, the Abbey's walls didn't protect it during the revolt. Sooner or later, the world comes knocking with swords. I don't like to think about things like that. I have enough worries to keep me sleeping as it is. But joining the Poor Clares is a lifelong commitment. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't. The problem is, I don't feel like we know anything about her. Like, I have no
Yeah.
idea whether this would be a good idea for her or not.
I don't even remember who she is. I don't remember who her dad was. I'm not.
You can't just throw your life away over one bad day. Convince Martha not to join the Poor Clares. We did not get there, it looks like. But I wouldn't be throwing my life away, Magdalene. Paul wrote that there's no greater reward than living for Christ.
Well, that Paul was a. Mm, mm,
I want to live a life with meaning, and I've always admired the sister's dedication. Besides, if I join the order, Dad won't have to worry about what happens to me. I'll pray about it, but I think it's time I talk to Mother Francisca and the others. This is a character we don't know. So I'll gather my courage, what little of it I have. Well, if you think that's best, just be sensible, Martha. I will. Until later, be well. So it seems like we didn't realistically have a chance of talking her out of that.
no, I assume if we had other interactions with her previously, maybe we would have been able to.
Yeah.
We just happened not to.
The Poor Clares take care of the Hand of St. Moritz now that the Benedictines are gone. Do we want to step into the convent?
Yes.
Good enough for me. Your extremely half-hearted assent works for me. Hey, Sister Gertrude. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Are you doing all right? Father Thomas told us about your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Stoltz so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. Hildegard's Physica is a medical treatise by Hildegard of Bingen, saint and doctor of the church. It presents 9 categories of healing: plants, elements, trees, stones, fish, birds, animals, reptiles, and metals. You know what? It's thanks to you, really. Without reading Hildegard's Physica, I wouldn't have realized he was so badly hurt. Well, I'm glad she came in useful, although I wish it were not in such dire circumstances. I lit an extra votive candle in St. Satia's shrine for each of you this morning. Oh, the cat is being super loud. How much do we... It sounds like we have a bit of a relationship, especially if we're borrowing books from Sister Gertrude, then Sister Gertrude would be a person who is important to us. So maybe we're close.
Yeah.
Maybe we can sort of like unload on her safely. Because like, it probably is a thing that's weighing on us pretty heavily, and we've been pretty guarded about it with a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like we can share with her.
He hasn't been able to get up or walk around without my help. Sister Gertrude, I don't know what to do. Oh, Magdalene. I wish I had better words to share with you, child. All we can do is follow Dr. Stoltz's expertise and trust in the Lord. I'll see if I have any psyllium left in the convent. If you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heat his brain and prevent infection. Do we want to heat his... Okay.
That's how brains work.
Yeah, no, it's good to... You don't want your brain to rest at room temperature for more than a couple of hours. It's like a breeding ground for... I don't want to get into God with her, probably. Not directly.
No.
I pray you're right. I'm trying to keep busy with the mural, but sometimes I just want to cry. The Lord hears your tears, Magdalene. Take solace in his everlasting goodness. God will turn this for good, he will turn this for good, no matter what things look like now. He sees beyond time itself, but we are constricted by the present. I have been around long enough to see fruits, even when I thought the devil had burned the fields, to see his fruits. That's a sneaky one. It's at the end of the line. It's not even obvious there's a gap there. Keep faith, Magdalene. Yeah, I'm not going to, like, arguing with the nun about whether God has a plan feels futile at best. Thank you, sister. Your words warm my heart. God bless you. God bless you, Magdalene. All right. Oh my God, the loudest cat. Son of Mousemonger. Yes. That is such a good name.
But also, what next? There's another cat.
Yes, that is the son of Mousemonger.
Is it?
We are not allowed to touch that cat.
Oh, that's rude. That's...
Oh. Oh, this cat is my favorite character now. That's a delight. Wait, I want to see it again.
His round little face. His little tail.
I do think it's funny. Like, I know that when you're drawing a creature and you want it to look juvenile, you are supposed to draw the head bigger. But the head of the baby cat is actually considerably larger than the head of the grown cat. And I don't think that's how skulls work, broadly. An absolute delight, though. Marguerite. Hello, Marguerite. It's Magdalene. Oh, Magdalene, God bless you. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. Well, I had some spare time and I thought I would say hello. Oh, well, hello. It is good to hear your voice, though. I enjoy it when outsiders visit the convent. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Huh. Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kirsau? Huh. Truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kirsau's my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned to stay too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands make light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefinger behind. I'm not allowed to answer about Mousefinger. That's ridiculous. Oh no, okay, this is about of course. She truly is Queen of Kirsau. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clares arrived? Yes, the food is simpler, and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Truly, the queen of Kirsau. Okay, so I think this is the new lady in charge, it sounds like. Franziska. God bless you, Magdalene. I had been hoping to speak with you. Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I had heard that you had taken up the mural in the rat house after your father's terrible attack. Ooh, are we standoffish with her? What do we think of her?
I don't know yet.
All right, I'm going to go neutral.
Okay.
Yes, I'm excited to paint the town's history. Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. Some people? We can sense it. The quills are sharpening here.
Yes.
Yes, Magdalene, myself included. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature.
Oh.
Yeah, my spirit's fine, thanks. The pursuit of such trades is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. And you know that's the harshest word in her vocabulary. There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you. Or perhaps you have a different calling? I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters.
That's a pretty tame barb.
Yeah, I feel like that's less barb than the thing above it. So, I mean, like, I feel like we know what she thinks is wrong with working as a printer, right? She just told us.
Yeah.
Do we want to probe probe for information, see if she will give up who else is saying I'm troubling. I wanna hit her with the barbs, but this sucks.
This is Barb sucks. Yeah,
This is a whack barb.
I think go with option 2 or option 3.
All right. Wait, who's saying I'm troubling? And how did you hear that anyway? Aren't you all stuck up here? Magdalene, your insistence to paint the mural has been the talk of the town. Even the sisters hear something of what affects Tassing. But if you must know, Father Thomas suggested that joining the convent may be good for you.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, did he now? I agree with him. Well, you both need to stop. Gossip isn't very Christian, Mother Francisca. Magdalene, that wasn't our intention. We are simply doing our best to look after you. The people of Tassing care for you, Magdalene. Do not forget that. If you do seek guidance, I am always available. God bless you.
I feel like their best is not good enough.
Okay, so yeah, we are standoffish with her. That's not the first. That if that's how she is, that won't be the first bad interaction they've had.
Yeah.
Now I'm really sad I couldn't convince Martha not to join.
Yeah.
All right, I feel like we've been pretty thorough. Let's head to the woods.
Yeah.
Let's go off into the forest to die. Hey, look, it's Apollo. Hey, Magdalene. Hello, Apollo. What are you doing? Looking for frogs? Artemis said she saw one the other day. We're trying to collect a bunch. Well, frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis said she saw one. Well, we could snap at him. He is daring to question us.
Yeah. I think either that one or the Hildegard one.
Yeah, I think that as much fun as it is to snap at people, at this moment, we kind of need something from him. Like we want to push him on the key thing. So, do I think he'll be impressed by Hildegard's Physica? Maybe I read it in a tale.
Okay.
No, you know what? Sorry, you're right. Like, what do you need the frogs for anyway? Like, I'll tell you, you'll snitch. I won't. Yeah, right. Sorry, Mags, I'm not telling. You'll just have to wait and see. Or ask Artemis. Maybe she'll tell you. Fine, I'll go talk to your sister. Okay, this is like a bizarre thing to say. This is like very out of nowhere.
Yeah. I think good luck, I guess.
Hey, good luck, I guess. Thanks, Magdalene. Okay. Not super. What the fuck? Hold on. Does the book have information that we don't have? Why would you call that the Great Frog Plague of 1453? It's interesting that was the subhead that we got there, but it doesn't actually appear in our book.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. No. So I think because the overall head was key to salvation. I think on that rightmost page.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all they're giving us.
But like,
that's not really.
But the subhead.
Yeah.
I saw it. There was a subhead. I saw it. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Artemis, you're more reasonable than your brothers, I hope. Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Artemis. Apollo said you're catching frogs? Yeah. What about it? Well, he told me to come ask you why, because he's a weird asshole. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally, he's learning to keep his mouth shut. Oh, come on, just tell me. No way, this is our biggest trick yet. We're not risking it to tell you. You'll just have to wait and see. Okay, but I could help you. I could give you information about why this isn't working. St. Satia's shrine. Martha especially likes to leave offerings for her. Yeah, I really don't feel like we got any time to like learn Martha's deal before all of a sudden we were deciding her future. That's a little
Pig!
pig. A pig out here? It must have broke out of its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. Just random missing pig. The waterfall is always so beautiful, but you can only say it from this side. It's an observation that's impossible to make anywhere else. Mugwort is always useful for colds and fevers. It might not be as powerful as when we gather it on St. John's Eve, but it should still work. Okay, so she definitely has some, like, folky beliefs.
Yeah.
The mine shaft. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I'll have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. Apollo and Artemis seem pretty interested in not telling us stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know that I trust them. Balthus might have some tools. I bet he could help me rig a way to climb down there. I'll have to come back later. Okay, there's nothing else going on out here. Well, there is yet one more Gertner child. And if I remember correctly, he's the least sharp one. So maybe we can still get information. If I have the time, I should forage for mushrooms before it gets too much colder. Dad always likes my mushroom soup.
Oh, mushroom soup is good. If you like mushrooms.
Hello. Is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening? I'm Magdalene Druckrin. Are you a friend of Smokey's? I'd like to think so. I'm Václav. I'm a tinker. Travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckrin, are you a printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Like she's getting ready for him to for him to reprimand her in some way or something. So she's like sort of puffing up, I imagine. As often as I can. Václav, don't. You're gonna get in trouble again. What's he talking about? Nothing. Ignore him. Nothing. This one can't help but talk to people about all the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Well, now that doesn't bother old Smokey none. It bothers some other people a whole lot. Well, doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine. You get run out of here again, don't blame me. So, books. Strange ideas. I think we want to brush right past that, because I'm interested in strange ideas. Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion. What about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Oh, here we go. Yes. Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and Huss rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, There is nothing perceptible that changes in the character of the bread and wine. I don't
Yeah,
think
so
she believes this.
yeah, I think the third one's the best one. The middle one for me basically sounds like she's saying that sounds like a Snill issue.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose that's true. Good. But there is also a. You are so pleased with yourself. The giggle is coming across. Good. But there is also a second point. Even if the bread and wine turned to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. God is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. He is present. Yeah. So what does that matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Yes. Which version of yes? I think I like the middle one, is sort of like half an eye roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm certain this is leading somewhere good. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but all right. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Now, this all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Okay, I'm following. God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. God's light contained aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of those aspects separated itself from his intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will, Lucifer. By what power could a portion of God's will separate from the whole? The will moved itself. God's intellect, being infinite, also contained the capacity to transcend the infinite. To exist outside of the boundaries of infinite light, the corrupt will brought into being an equally infinite darkness. And within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect, to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to him through our intellect, to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. There's just like a huge number of absurd leaps of logic here.
I mean, this is Gnosticism, basically. This is like a long-standing thread of heretical belief with a lot of people. These are not new ideas. These are ideas that go back at this point. Yeah, a long time. He just isn't. He's just doing a quick speed run through it.
Yeah, not explaining anything at all. I mean, it sounds insane. I will say that also the pretty much all of the basic ideas of Christianity sound the same to me. So maybe from a mind that has like accepted more of Christianity, maybe this stuff, there's something in here that like is closer to. It just seems like gibberish to me. It's just like, and then the will broke off and it was two wills. And that's how you make the fake light. That's what all men are made out of. Just like, how or where or why, when, any of it. So which one of these responses do we have to his nonsense?
I guess let's try the third one.
Okay. But you still believe we can be redeemed through Christ, right? Well, of course.
I like this dot dot dot.
Finally, some sense. But not in the way that you think. Of course not. The way to be redeemed is to reunite our will with God's. And how do we do that? Regular prayer, abstention from material desires, sublimation and elimination of want. That just sounds like being a monk. No. Priests and monks both are corrupt agents of the business of the church. They have taken the simplicity of holy devotion and profaned it with pageantry. The saints, too. All this talk of Moritz and Satya and miracles, they're just stories. The church has led people astray, put the hope of people in meaningless rituals, faith in relics. Yeah, I can see why you don't go into town much.
That's a good one. After this, can we go back to the Saint Saskia statue?
I suppose we can.
Thank you.
Do we want to tell him that he has some interesting ideas? I personally don't find them interesting. Do we think Magdalene finds them interesting?
I don't know if she does or not.
I'm going to say the second one.
Yeah, it's funnier.
No one really wants me in town anyway. They want me to fix their knives and their pots and little things and be on my way. And that's fine with me. I've seen so much of the world, learned so many things. I've made so many friends that I hope I'll see again if I come their way. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. It was illuminating. Until later. Yeah, that was just like... that was just like nonsense, y'all. Alright, what was it you wanted to, about the Shrine of St.
Well,
Santa?
so... Okay, will they let us actually look at the shrine?
No.
Damn it. Because when he mentioned that they were just stories, it reminded me that we just got that story about Perchta and the Wild Hunt in the previous episode.
Yeah.
And there was a previous episode to that where the old guy was talking about reading the book about Roman stuff and that there was some story that was very similar to the St. Moritz story that was more pagan-y, and I just was wondering if there was a connection there, but I can't look. I don't remember. We saw it once before. We got to look at it. I'm trying to remember what it was that was on the shrine. But never mind.
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah.
Except for this bit that has the eye over it.
I thought for some more detail, but can you try talking to what's her face again? Because we did get a prompt that popped up about asking them about something.
Yeah, but I don't care about how they want to get in the mine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm hoping we can ask them about the key.
You're just trying real hard to extend this episode. You're just like desperate not to stop recording.
Wait, are we at the?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about there. Okay, I don't know. I don't keep track of time. Sweetheart, when I'm with you, time has no meaning because it is also wonderful.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey, Magdalene. Do you need something? I'm a little busy right now.
No, don't. No, we'll ask Baltus for help.
All right. You still catching frogs? Damn it, Apollo. He can't keep his fat mouth shut. What do you want, Magdalene? I want to see what our forefathers and the Romans left behind. It's for them, so I'm literally not allowed not to ask.
I'm sorry. This is my fault.
The mural. You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? Your secret hideout, but everybody knows you two hide down there. Yeah, but they don't know how to climb down there, do they? It's secret enough. So why should I show you how to get in? Because we're friends? You told my mother when I cut my hair so I didn't have to wear braids 5 years ago. I still hold that grudge. Look, I'll show you how to get into the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. I don't think we should agree to this.
I think we should.
Why? We don't know what the... These two seem dumb in like the dangerous way.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Ha. No way, I'm not that stupid. Then good luck getting down there. I won't help you otherwise. Look, I'll find another way in. Sure you will. Good luck, Magdalene.
I mean, at this point, we literally can't tell them about the key thing.
Yeah,
so should we
have
just
not been able to say anything. What we should do is end the episode. That's going to be it for us for the day. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, Amabel has so many ideas, so many things.
Yeah,
she desperately needs us to do. And we're going to address just every single one of them next time.
Are we?
Nope. And we'll see you then.
Bye.